Yo, what is going on, everyone? Z Karma here, back with another Borderlands 4 video. This is going to be my first ever dedicated drops video on Borderlands 4. This is going to be part of a series. I'm going to make many videos on drop rates to find out exactly how they work. And in this one, we're focusing on farming in different difficulties to see the difference in drop rates when it comes to dedicated drops and world drops. And in this testing, I killed Splashzone 300 times. 100 on easy, 100 on hard, and 100 on UVH5. And honestly, I did get some good data, which is going to help us to decide how we're going to test the next time. So without wasting any more time, let's get into the results. So first, I just want to show you the spreadsheet that I made and just kind of break it down. So at the top, you see I got dedicated drops, and then I got legendary world drops, then purple, blue, green, class mods for Rafa, and then class mods for other vault hunters. So as you can see, just by looking at this, on my first kill on easy mode, I got a balloon shotgun, which is one of the dedicated drops. On my 6th kill, I got a jelly grenade. And on my 26th kill, I got the fireworks shield. So those are the 3 dedicated drops for this boss. The balloon, the jelly, and the fireworks. So anyway, let's just scroll all the way down to the 100 kills and look at the total results. So for legendary world drops, I got 0. For purple drops, we got 262. For blues, we got 270. For greens, we got 242. Then we got 19 class mods for Rafa and 55 class mods for other vault hunters. So just by looking at these numbers for the class mods, it looks like it doesn't matter what vault hunter you're playing. Every class mod has the same chance of dropping. So we got 19 for Rafa, then we got 55 for the other 3. If you divide that by 3, it's pretty close to 19. And as I'll show you the results on hard and UVH5, it's basically the same. And now let's look at the dedicated drops here for easy mode. We got 16 total. 7 of those were the balloon shotgun, 5 were the fireworks shield, and 4 were the jelly grenade ordnance. So now let's look at hard mode results. In hard mode, I got 1 legendary world drop, then 233 purples, 279 blues, 256 greens, 19 class mods for Rafa, and 48 for other vault hunters. And then my dedicated drops, I got a total of 12. 4 of those being the balloon shotgun, 7 were the fireworks shield, and 1 was a jelly grenade ordnance. And then on UVH5, we got 2 legendary world drops, 275 purple, 286 blues, 221 greens, 17 class mods for Rafa, and 61 class mods for other vault hunters. And then total dedicated drops, I got 10, 3 balloons, 2 fireworks, and 5 jellies. So now let's compare all 3 modes. Let's look at world drops only. Legendary purple, blue, green. So let's look at the legendary world drops. We got 0 on easy, 1 on hard, and 2 on UVH5. Now, I know I'm getting more in UVH5, but does difficulty really increase legendary world drop rates? It might, but again, it's only 100 kills. Could have gotten lucky. So I can't confidently say with this data that yes, it does. But of course, for future videos, I'll do way more kills for other bosses and find the truth. Anyways, for purples, blues, and greens, there is also a bit of a difference. As we go up in difficulty, we see a bit less greens and more blues and purples. However, the difference is very minimal, and again, this was only 100 kills. So unfortunately, I cannot say with confidence that a higher difficulty will provide better rarity world drops. I might have to do at least 500 kills in each mode to see if this trend continues. And next time I go over world drops, I will make sure to get more kills and also record how many whites/comments we get. This time I didn't track the common drops, but I do believe that I was getting less common drops in higher difficulties. However, that might just be placebo. Honestly, I wasn't recording it, so I can't really say. And of course, next time we go over world drops, we will confirm. But anyway, let's move on to the dedicated drops, which is what matters for this video. As you can see, on easy, I got 16. On hard, I got 12. And on UVH5, I got 10. Let's focus on easy mode for now, because this is where I got the most lucky. In my opinion, this was all RNG. I don't think that going up in difficulty is going to give me less dedicated drops. I don't think so. I know that's how it looks here, but I promise you that's not the case, at least in my opinion. So let's take a look. We got 16 on easy. So to me, that may seem like the drop rate for Splashzone for dedicated drops is going to be 15% divided amongst these 3 drops. So if we're assuming that Splashzone has a 15% drop rate for dedicated drops with only 100 kills to test on each mode, we can apply the 95% confidence interval calculation here. With 100 kills, something that can happen 15% of the time, we get a result of 15 plus or minus 7. That means that 95% of the time that we farm Splashzone 100 times, we can get anywhere from 8 to 22 dedicated drops. So 16, 12, and 10, that all falls within that range. Now, since this is my theory, because of course I didn't get enough kills, I should have done 500 of each. Don't blame me now, but anyway. Since I believe that that is the case, we can actually combine all 3 and do the confidence interval for a 95% again. So we got 16 plus 12 plus 10. That was a total of 38 dedicated drops across 300 kills. So now let's calculate the 95% confidence interval here. And the result is this: 95% of the time that we kill Splashzone 300 times, if the drop rate is 15%, we can get anywhere between 32.8 and 57.1 dedicated drops. And how many did we get total? We got 38, which is basically landing within that range. So, my opinion, Splashzone has a 15% drop rate for its dedicated drops, divided amongst those, or maybe it's coded different. Maybe each one has their own, but in total, 15% drop rate for its dedicated drops. So now, moving forward, for our next video, which I'm already recording, I'm going to go over firmware. I'm going to check how much firmware we get across different difficulties, and then see if we can find out what loot quality increase mean. As you know, when you raise the difficulty in the game, it says loot quality increased. We don't know what that means. That can mean more world drops. It could also mean better stats, which I'll test in a different video. It can also mean more firmware drops. So we'll just have to find out. Stay tuned for that. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And if you did, make sure to drop a like. And if you didn't, drop a dislike. Thank y'all for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.